After the hour, Citibank gets another $20+ billion to keep it from going under. You know about that. But Congress is telling the big three automakers, take a hike for now. Come back with a plan. Is this a double standard? Joining us right now is Michigan Congressman Pete Hoekstra and a New York Congressman here, Gregory Meeks. First time on the couch, right, Congressman?
It is.
I don't know what happened, Congressman Hoekstra. We could have put you here, but you've chosen not to be here. More on that later. But first things first, should we tell the big three when they come back December 2nd, can you be sold? Can you be converted?
Oh, I think I could be converted, and I think part of the problem, well, what we're seeing right now, Brian, is the plan that is being put in place is not working. The plan that the administration is doing is focused on Wall Street. It's not working, and what we're finding is that Main Street America is working, or it's having a very, very negative impact on them. And so I think that we are going to have to move some resources. And as you said, we need to be consistent. When we give Citibank $20 billion, we need to apply the same kind of standards that we are looking at applying to the automotive industry to organizations like Citibank. There can't be an inconsistency, and I think we ought to take the standards that we're looking at applying to the automobile industry and make sure that we apply those to the companies on Wall Street as well. They're getting all of this money, and they're not changing the way they're doing business.
Congressman, isn't it true? We didn't hear how Citi was going to do things differently. All we knew is that they needed bucks, needed money.
Well, we know what the problem has been and what has caused it when you look at the toxic assets and et cetera. And we are going to fix that. That's because we're going to need in the 111th Congress to do some regulations to make sure that we have the proper oversight with the way that we're doing business in the financial services now. That is something that we very definitely have to do. But I just feel that we can't afford to allow Citi to fail. We saw what took place when we actually let Lehman fail. There's too much at stake for Main Street and for Back Street. And so therefore we've got to do what we can do to shore them up. Then we must pass the regulations that's going to make sure that we have the oversight to make sure that this could never happen again.
Congressman Hoekstra, let's go to that. As Lehman falls apart, a lot of people are pointing to that and saying by letting Lehman go down, that was the thing that shook the global markets. Let's not do that with the big three. Let's not do that with Citigroup. Do you agree?
Well, I think, yeah, we don't know what the cost of failure of these organizations would be. That's the uncertainty. That's why the money is going into these organizations. But we do need to make sure that they change their behavior, that we do need to start taking a look at it and saying, this is like going through bankruptcy for you, because when you take this money from the taxpayer, you're now working for Joe the plumber. The jets need to go. The lucrative salaries need to go. The marketing packages need to go. You need to get down to your core business. So that the amount of money you need from the taxpayers is minimized and you pay it back as quickly as possible.
And by the way, those taxpayers are now going to be forced to pay another $800 billion. That's the new plan, Congressman Meeks.
Well, you're talking about the stimulus package.
On top of the $700 billion, but Secretary Paulson announced that yesterday. He wants another $800.
Well, he doesn't want another $800 billion for what the so-called bailout is, going directly to the financial institutions. What we're now talking about is trying to figure out how we can stimulate the economy, because just putting money directly investing into these banks is not what's going to stir the economy. So we need a stimulus package. And if you talk to most of the economists, and you talk to both, now Democrats and Republicans, we now have to stimulate the economy to get other things moving.
Here's what I like about it. I see President-elect Obama talking to President Bush, and I don't see you guys accusing each other of things. It seems like this thing is so serious. Everyone's come together for the most part and agreed to disagree in some cases, but working together. Congressman Hoekstra, thanks so much for showing up. Congressman Meeks, congratulations on being on the couch. Must be a great feeling. All right, 28 minutes before the top of the hour. You know about